So, Daylyt, Tay Roc. Who knew? I had Daylyt going into this, but I did not know what we were going to get. I had no fucking clue, no idea. Like, Daylyt, man, and Tay Roc. What? I did not expect that from Tay Roc. Daylyt blew me away, but I've kind of been off Tay Roc a little while. He's just been grating on me a little bit, but this performance from Tay Roc blew me the whole fuck away. So Daylyt, Tay Roc come out. It's really dark, a bit too dark. I get what they were trying to go for, especially, you know, Daylight's there, mask on, ballied up, as we'd say in the UK. Tay Roc's there with his Dracula eyes, looks dope as fuck, but it's a little too dark. It was just a bit too hard to see. I understand the aesthetic, but make that work a little better. That was too dark. Daylyt comes out and he says, if you lost, what does he say? Where's my Daylyt round? If you lost faith in me, you must no longer believe in God. Then he lets it breathe. Now, that was very prophetic from Daylyt. He obviously knew what he had in the can, because, man. So I couldn't even look at this the way that I looked at any of the other battles. I sort of sat there in awe. I've watched this round several times. I've written a few things, but I just feel like I can't even talk about it in the way that I talk about other performances, because it was just you have to absorb it. It's like you can't even sort of analyze it. You have to absorb it slowly. And I'm no analyst, believe me, but you have to really sit down and take it in, replay it back a few times, and just marvel in its beauty. And so he starts off and he's up close and personal, up in Tay Roc's face, like spitting, literally spitting through the mask. Like, oh man, the visuals dope as fuck. The first couple of minutes he gets in folklore, Plato's Cave, skeptics, Pizzagate, Hillary Clinton, eating kids, Plymouth Rock, Sumerian tablets buried in caskets, hieroglyphics, chirophysics. Then he goes on to like a whole scheme of Egyptology and geology. Like, my whole mind was just blown. I'm sitting there like, how am I going to recap this? Then he kind of eases back up of him. He, you know, creates a bit of space, and he uses the space really, really well. He then goes into a whole nother sort of crack rock scheme, which is just like, damn. He then has this line, I turned down how many PGs? 13. That shit's for kids. I ain't no PG, nigga. He then says, I got paid $1.8 million to be here. Did you really? I don't know. But it seemed implausible. But then he goes on to sort of say how he hyped up. It was his plan to sort of have everyone talking about him. He has this line then to Roc, put you under a whole lot of pressure, but you're still gone diamond. My English accent can't do that justice, and I'm not, it sounds dumb when I try and put on the American accent. I got booked to eat and they ask you to battle men you're not ready for. What are we doing? Then he's got this line towards the end of the round. Shit look real JC-ish. I'm smoking Roc on the low. Face palm. Jazz face. Damn, Daylyt. So now Roc's up, first round. Daylight's just literally left Earth, boarded a spaceship, spun around the planet a couple times, come down and landed in front of him, and Roc's got spit. But he comes out confident, super confident. He calls him a Lux clone. He calls him Lighted Lux and Belighted. Cracked up at those. Because he must have lost his memory. Who gave database? Then throughout the round, he's got the best Daylyt flips. I was really worried about the name flips, the Daylyt, like I just thought it was going to be a ton of Tay Roc flipping and it not really hitting and sort of sounding hype but being distinctly average. Man, was I wrong. Oh, I love being wrong. Love it when it goes like this. I don't love being wrong. But when I get to enjoy talent like this, yeah, man, I don't mind it. I particularly like the Daylyt Sun Could Eat clips from Half a Moon. And then he had these few lines, and because of the delivery and him standing up there in the very snazzy jacket, it gave me passe vibes. It was because they try hype you. I don't like you. Flashlight on top of the rifle. It's delightful, spiteful. Yeah, that for me that was pure passe, his delivery. I didn't do it justice, but you know, if you should have watched it, and if you didn't, why are you watching me again? Why you watch me and you don't watch Tay Roc and Daylyt? Wait, go and get the app and watch it when it drops on the app. Don't wait for YouTube. Go and get the app. Like it's really not that expensive and it's worth it. Like just for this alone, it's worth it. For the month, for the year, it's worth it just for this alone. Back to the name flips. I'll send the wave crashing. You'll see shells around Lighthouse. Let's go, Tay Roc. He then calls him out for wanting to be on King of the Dot, and he tells him black lives do not matter in that White House. Shots fired. Then he goes to some Devon flips, his government ape shit, swing on Devon, Tarzan, again English accent, allow me, watch the battle. Then he's got this line which I'm sure didn't hit for anyone over here in the UK. It might have worked for you over there, but for us here, we know pronunciation. It was a big reach. He says without his niggers, Devonshire. That's southwest England. He's talking about a place, Devonshire, Devonshire. Nah, I think that may be the only sort of negative thing I have to say about Tay Roc, the whole battle. So, you know, I'm literally nitpicking here just because I'm from England. Man, this Tay Roc performance literally blew my mind. Like I said, I've been a little soft on Tay Roc recently. He hasn't been rubbing me the right way, which is odd because his style, that sort of the gun bars, the aggression, the street, high-pitched rapper well. If you know me, you know that's my shit. Give me pain at a high pitch, throw in some drugs and guns in there, and I'm yours. Like, Tay Roc on paper should be in my top 5 and he's not, and he was really grating on me. It was just too much. He was just too much. It was too high pitched. It was too much. That's like too. I love high pitch wailing and there was too much for me, but this, oh my, this was perfect. I loved this. I absolutely loved this Tay Roc. He was rapping, his name flips, every flip hit. There was no real filler, there was no gas, there was no sort of chance for him to get on my nerves. His tone was perfect, his pitch was perfect, his delivery was, I loved it. Okay, so Daylyt second, and I've got written at the top of my notes, Jazz Face, because the whole second round, I thought he blew me away with the first. The second round was equally nuts. He started off asking Roc, how are you to face Roc when you ain't in the conversation of Mount Rushmore? Then he goes into this amazing, incredible, I can't think of enough superlatives to say how good this planetary scheme was. I've written a few notes, humbly, and I felt I shouldn't have even written these notes. They're not worthy. No meteorite in comments, light to show Uranus, moon the world. Shit gonna be a lot different when you and I verse. Oh man. And like I say, I wrote a few things down. The scheme was amazing. Then he's got this kind of earth scheme with poppy seeds, plants, land, earth. He's talking about all those things, and he finishes it up with this bar, everything that land connected. Oh, damn, like it's a theme. That's poetry. I have to sit down and look at it. Like I can't even, I want to read it. I don't want to just listen to it and watch him perform it. I need to see a visual breakdown, because I know I've missed so much and I got so much from it. Like I feel like I took a lot, but I need to see it written to see what the man just did with this second verse here, because fuck man, Daylyt. Then he carries on with this sort of science theme. He's got bars in there about vaporizing, landscapes, Jurassic, rocks, raptors, cavemen. He's got this line, cavemen will go extinct and rock will too when the first fire. Watching a man go apeshit, I reversed the Darwin theory. He then switches it up towards the end of the round. He's got some fire, he's got some dope sort of gun bars. He's got a line in there, she got riddled with bullets for running the wrong way. She was misled. And even Roc at this point is showing like he's there, like he's appreciating the moment. Props to Roc, because you could see he was really enjoying the battle, and he was enjoying Daylyt's bars as much as the audience was. And power to him for coming back each round after Daylyt goes first and leaves again. Like I said, he leaves Earth. So, and Roc was just standing there sort of, mind blown, and he's got to spit. He's got to then give a third round. And then Roc comes out, he's talking about the rumours of him being with a transgender woman, and he's saying, why is all the talk about me when you're the one who says some really gay shit? He says to Daylyt, this is what weird as fuck would look like if it has a face. What can you say? Then he's got some more really creative Daylyt flips, but they're really direct. They're not just sort of random name flips. He's sort of flipping his name and telling him he's got no place at the URL table. He says to him, as soon as you try some shit on this stage, total slaughter. Then the gun bar king really gets into action. He's got this really cool line, have you seen through Daylyt? Because there's a hole in this shit. Then he kind of flips the script a little bit, and he's got his own planet scheme, but it allows us to see the levels, because it was a dope scheme, but Daylight's just done one, and there was a clear distinction between the two. So he went back to the gun bars, and yeah, I'm glad he did. He had the stand over your body, peel on the mask, that's a cucumber facial. I thought that was dope, and he ended the round on a real high. So Daylyt starts the third with what sounds like the story. He's going to go into the story of Dot Mob, but instead it turns into Tay Roc is gay bars, calls him Dracula, wonder which nigga you gonna suck next. Then he goes into some trans bars, Transylvania. He's got some fire flips in there actually, some of which would probably hit in the building. Then Daylyt really starts heating up, and he takes off his mask and says, fuck a mask, I want you to look your killer in his face. Oh, Daylyt. Damn. And now Daylyt really, he starts cooking, he's rhyming in this third. He's got a line, you're expecting dog to get around, that's really far-fetched. Then he does the whole rock, paper, scissors thing. This nigga so soft, I could probably take his paper, no scissors. Then he goes at him for being the face of the URL, and he gets physical with him. he's shoving him in this one. He says, Rock Body, is that you? The setup was dope. Like, it was a really cool setup. I'm just delivering the sort of punch at the end, and it doesn't hit, no, you know, obviously the way Daylyt did it. Go and watch the battle if you haven't. If you have, then you know what I'm talking about. Then he gets into some rock flips. He's got some dope bars in there. Hole in Rock, Welcome to the Grand Canyon. He's got one for the 80s babies, the Flintstones line. Rock would be too big, gets turned into pebbles. Bam, bam. Don DeMarco. Bang, bang. Sleep on the Flintstone bars. I'll put one in your bed, Rock. Then he's got some cool crack rock flips, and Rock is just there absorbing it, laughing again, just soaking it in, really enjoying the moment. It was so dope to see. And then right at the end, he calls out Lux. He says, right before I fuck Lux up, I've got to kick Rock's ass. I guess you'd a stepping stone. He called Rock a stepping stone. Then Rock literally salutes and starts to applaud him. Daylyt calls out Nitty as well before the round ends. But wow. Oh man, I was blown away. And again, props to Rock. How do you follow that? But he did. So Rock starts off the third, questioning why is this nigga even here? He says to Smack, why you bring this square around us? Michael Jackson said it best. They never care about us. And Daylyt, I love this battle. Daylyt, the camaraderie is, oh man, two MCs up there killing each other and really appreciating the art that the two of them are putting in front of each other. Daylyt says to him, fight back. So then Tay Roc starts heating up. He takes off the slip jacket. He comes out with the goon bars. No more Mr. Nice Guy. He tells him, I'll knock out this son of a bitch, stomp you while you're in your LA gear, have light up under my kicks. Again, for the 80s babies, them LA gears with the lights under them. Man, I wanted a pair so bad, my mother wasn't having it. He's got the Muller light behind, can murder you, Heineken, like that. I could put these lines on Rock and make a barcode. Who said they could beat Rock? Enlighten me. And then again, there's a whole science theme running throughout this thing. I don't know if it was the Daylyt Rock. I guess it lends itself to science-based name flips. But Tay Roc had a good one here. I thought you said you was Crip. Why you lied to me? You ain't never drawn no blood. Phlebotomy. And then he finishes up the third really strong. He's still punching. A couple of lines. Niggas couldn't move around with that piece without paying. Monopoly. Pops burst through the door. Fuck up his privacy. Tay Roc finished really strong. And I was left like literally, you know, steam coming off me. I don't know what I just witnessed. I know when I watched it the first time round, I was just mind blown. Like I can't even talk about this. I don't even want to talk about this too much. I know Daylyt did something remarkable, but I need to go and review the tapes to make sure that I've got it 3-0 and I haven't missed Tay Roc's. You know, I haven't not given Tay Roc a round when he should have had one, and I don't think I did. Maybe the second round I could give to Tay Roc, but I have to give every round to Daylyt. He was so good, and he had this way of in a way that Verb didn't, and Lux later as well. He was obviously very complex, very layered. The pen, the quill, was clearly on full view in a way that I didn't expect it to be. He was really able to do what the other veteran MCs weren't able to do, these pens, and really deliver a punch-heavy performance that would resonate with old school, new school, old fan, new fan, pen lover, bar lover, anyone. You know, I don't think anyone can watch that and think that Daylyt didn't get that. But don't get me wrong, Tay Roc blew my faith in Tay Roc. I feel like such a hater for doubting him. Like I said, he really was grating on me at one point in time. He was just a bit too high pitched and just too hyped. He was too hyped. I think that was it. He was just too hyped for me. And with no gas, no crowd, no reaction, no "that's light," no ayos. Tay Roc, stripped down and understated, is sublime. I've watched it a couple of times. I've watched it 3 times already. I'm gonna have to go back, but just because I want to. But I think I'm safe in saying it was Daylyt all 3 rounds. No disrespect to Tay Roc, you did your thing up there, but Daylyt edged each one. If you gave a round or even 2. No, if you gave a round to Tay Roc, I'm not going to debate you. The most entertaining battle of the night by far, probably battle of the year. I think some of the MCs really suffered from being in these new surroundings, the different room, the new cameras, the new angles, the lack of crowd response. I was worried about that with Tay Roc as well. I was a fool for worrying, because they really put on the performance that I thought the battlers of this tier could really go and do in this small room with no crowd and make magic. And fuck, they made some magic. Next up, we've got the headlining battle of the night of main events. Sue Surf versus Loaded Lux, and I'm not going to do this now. I've watched half of it back, and I couldn't get through it. Surf is my favourite battle rapper. I love Surf, and that performance really hurt me. I cannot believe he went up there and choked at least 2 of the rounds. I think the 3rd round, I'm not sure it was a choke. I'm not sure. I'm still reviewing the tapes, but I'm not sure when I'm going to get to that one. But it's not going to be tonight. Hopefully it will be soon, and I'll come with a recap of that I'll leave my bias. I'll leave it over there somewhere, or I'll try to. But also, I mean, Lux didn't blow me away. He absolutely blew the fucking socks off me in the 2-on-2 with Hollow against Tay Roc and Chess. Guns and Cake. He absolutely blew my mind. He really didn't in this one. I feel like he was a bit boring. He wasn't entertaining in the way that he was when he combined with Hollow. But yeah, enough about that, because like I say, I need to review the files, and I'm not there yet, to be fair. And that should be the next thing out. Maybe there won't be a Lux and Surf episode. I don't know. I'm going to try really hard. And then, of course, we've got Ultimate Madness coming up. I want to do some other stuff as well in between, but it just depends on what I'm able to do in the time that I have, and I don't know how much time I'm going to have. So just thank you so much. If you're still here through all my waffling and all my talking, I know I talk too much. Good suggestion is to watch me at 1.25 speed, maybe 1.5 as well, if you really follow along quickly, because I do waffle on a lot, and there's lots of ums and ahs, and yeah, I appreciate you being here still. I'll try and get better. Maybe I won't, I don't know, it's just me. But yeah, thanks for being here. Please, if you're still here, like, and subscribe. If you're not a subscriber already, subscribe, share my stuff, put it on your timelines. It really helps me to sort of, you know, build this little brand that I've got. And I'm new, as I keep saying, and it just helps to get the word out there. So Thank you so much for sticking around and for being here till the end while I waffle on. Salute.